Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. So today I thought that I would film a very easy tutorial. This would be like what I wear every day. Background story, I work at a bank. So Monday through Friday I have to put on some sort of makeup. I can't just go to work barefaced because that would look kind of weird, like me in slacks and like nice clothes and then no makeup. I guess I could get away with it, but let's be honest, like, come on, I'm gonna do my makeup. So yeah, this look is very simple. It gives you a lot of flexibility to do whatever you want as far as on the lips. So usually what I'll do is I'll obviously do this makeup look. On occasion, I'll change the eyeshadow. So I'll probably do like different shades. I used only warm shades. I usually don't contour, and again on the lips, very basic, but I could do whatever I want. So I've worn this look with bright red lips, I've done brown, I always do nudes, I've done mauves, so you can kind of play around with it. And again, it's really simple. I don't use a lot of the actual product. There's a lot of products that I use, but I don't use a lot of foundation. I try to keep things as light as possible so that way it doesn't look too heavy for during the day. But yeah, so again, using all cruelty-free products. Yeah, so this is the look. I hope you guys like it, and let's get into it. Alright guys, so I just tied my hair back. I do have my foundation and my bronzer on, so my actual face is already done. If you guys want to see like a in-depth foundation routine, let me know. I probably will do it, so I'll kind of walk you through what I already did, okay? So the first thing that I did was I primed my skin. Of course, I already had my face washed and I moisturized, and then I put a little bit of my Cover FX primer little guy. This is a sample that I got from Sephora the last time that I went. If you guys notice, I'm kind of bummed out because this entire thing I had already filmed. Like, I filmed it, and then my camera did some funny crazy thing, and then the footage was gone. So for the sake of actually getting a video of what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the rest of my makeup routine. And I figured you guys didn't really miss much, but I will show you, I will go through the products as far as like what I did to my face already. So after I moisturized and primed my skin, I went in with my Josie Maran Vibrancy Foundation. I absolutely love this foundation. I have been using it for like 2 weeks now, and I'm obsessed. It gives you the most radiant, dewy finish, and I didn't even know I would like that until I started using it, and I wasn't clinging on to my dry patches because for some reason before that I thought it was just normal for foundations to do that, and this does not do that. I guess because it's so dewy. So I just used like a pump and I dabbed it on my face, and I used my Real Techniques, my very beat up. Do you guys see that? I love this sponge. I love it because I've used the Beauty Blender, and I like the Beauty Blender, but it's like $20. And honestly, if you're balling on a budget, which I am the majority of the time, this sponge gets the job done. So if you never use the Beauty Blender, don't do it. Not yet. Try this sponge out. I use it damp, so I do, right before I do my makeup, I wash it, obviously from the day before, and it's already damp, and I just use this, and I find that if you use this first, which I did, and then you try the Beauty Blender, you'll already be used to using this, and you'll kind of, it's the same thing, honestly. They probably don't last as long. This one did tear pretty quick, but honestly, after a while of using my Beauty Blender, it did tear also. So it's not like it's gonna last you longer. So yeah, if you haven't used the Beauty Blender, try this one out. I promise it's just the same, if not better, because I love the little end, like flat end that it has, because it's perfect for getting underneath your eyes and your concealer. So now that I've put on my foundation, I also went in afterwards with my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This was actually my first time using it. This is in the shade Custard, which is, I feel like, everybody's standard shade. And I just put that underneath my eyes, on in the center of my forehead, down my nose, on my cupid's bow, and on my chin. And then after that, I just tapped it out to make sure that you know, I blended it out into my foundation. And I used my trusty, my Used and Abused Shade and Light palette, and I'll show you guys. You guys can't laugh though. Look at this. This is how much I love this palette. I love it. I tried the Anastasia one, and I did like that one, but I feel like I kind of like this one more. I don't know why. I mean, I know why, because it's bomb. And again, now what I'm doing, because of the fact that I've hit pan on two of the lighter shades that I use the most, I just kind of dip my brush in all three to try to get the lightest shade possible. And then I use that to set everywhere where I put concealer on my face, I use that to set. And then I go in with my setting powder for the rest of my face, which is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Ultra Definition Powder. With a very light hand, I go in with a brush, tap it in here, tap off the excess, and just dust it all over my face where I didn't set with the lighter shade. That's it. Then after, because I'm extra, no, I'm not gonna lie, it's not because I'm extra, it's because I'm a fat ass and I like how both of these things smell. To bronze my skin, I use the Chocolate Soleil bronzer from Too Faced in medium. This is medium. And then I use the butter bronzer from Physicians Formula. This is in the shade Bronzer. I want to eat them both every time I like put them on my face. So, and this, I want to give a shout out to the reason why I use this, because I'm obsessed with her and we should totally be friends. Kathleen Lights is the reason why I started using this. And if you're watching this, Kathleen, if you ever watch this, you and I should totally be friends. Just so you know, Kathleen, got a total girl crush on you. So yeah, that is my face routine. And I am so sorry that I didn't film it. I did film it and my camera just hates me. Like, it's going on strike against my foundation for some reason. This is the second time I try to film this look and my foundation routine is just not in it. So whatever. The point is, that's what it is. We're gonna get past this because I do want to get a video up for you guys. Now we can get into my brows and the eyes, because I feel like that's probably what's gonna take the longest anyway, right? Right? Okay. I am seeing a little bit of creasing on my eyelids. So I'm gonna go in with my Shade and Light eye palette. And I'm gonna use, you guys are gonna laugh at me too, because look how much I love this palette also. Well, I mean, I loved this warm quad. And this shade, surprisingly, this one right here, I don't know why, it was like my favorite. Like, I don't know why. It's just the perfect shade to set your eyelids. So I dip that in there, tap off the creases on my eyelids, and then just set the rest of my lid. And then dip it in there again. And this will help with brightening your eye too, because it's such a pretty, it's a pretty like cream shade, but it has a little tiny sheen in it that I'm like obsessed with. And then again, just set the rest of your eyelid. It was boring not too long ago, and now it's like the sun's coming out. Alright, so I've set my eyes with that light shade from the Shade and Light palette, and so now I'm going to grab the Morphe MB525, and it's just a little fluffy brush, and I'm going to use that, and I'm going to go into the Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to tap into this little peach shade right here. Tap off the excess. It doesn't have to be the neatest thing ever. I'm just gonna put this as my transition shade in my crease. Again, tap that in there, dust the excess off, and again, just use that on my crease. And I do this because I don't want to go in with such a ashy shade to begin with. I'm just gonna add a little bit of warmth to my eyes and then just blend that. in my crease, and then kind of dust it up just to blend it up to my brow bone. And then that adds a little bit of warmth. So now, this is the Morphe M518, and it's a little denser, but the bristles are longer, so I find that it's perfect for blending like in the corners and then in the crease and all that other stuff. So I'm gonna go in with the Too Faced, the Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and again I'm just gonna put this and focus in the corner and put it right on top of the little peach shade from the Shade and Light palette. And again, because this is just my standard everyday work routine, I know that this is a lot to some. I know this is a little extra for, you know, for some people, but for me it's something that I have to do. And surprisingly, I wear makeup Monday through Friday, but like on the weekends, you won't catch me wearing makeup unless I'm going out and actually wanna, you know, put a little bit of makeup on. So yeah, I'm gonna focus this on the corner of my eye and on my crease, and I'm gonna kind of dust that into the inner corner part of my eye. And the reason why I do this is because I want to bring back the definition in my eye, but I don't necessarily want to go too heavy or too crazy on the shade. So I'll use the same bronzer that I used on my face to kind of add a little bit more definition. So now we're gonna do the most important part, the brows. Alright. Okay, so right now my brows are pretty much not really there. First thing I do is I brush my eyebrows out. And what I'm going to use to fill in my brows is the Anastasia Brow Definer. And I love this. I don't know if you guys will see. It probably has focus on my face. I love the shape of this. It's like flat. If you haven't tried this, you should try it. I love it. But yeah, so what I do for my brows, I trace right underneath. And I like my brows to look pretty natural, so I don't go too crazy. So I trace the bottom part of my brow. And the trick that I find helps to keep them as natural as possible is to brush through. So I put down a little bit of product at a time. Again, right now I'm just tracing the lower part of my brow, and then I brush through to make sure I blend. Okay, so again, once I've traced the bottom part of my brow, I can gently go in and fill in, and then I do the same thing for the top part of my brow. I just trace the top and again brush through. See, just ever so slightly, putting down a little bit of product at a time, and then brushing through. And then I go in and I do the end of my brow. So I just pretty much connect the top part to the bottom part. Again, and brush through. And now I can build the color on my brows. So I can build how dark I want my brows. I always make the tail of my brow darker because I want the darkest part of my brow to be the end of it. And then actual eye pencil, I just kind of blend up. And then you can build it up as you go. The trick is to not putting too much down all at once, even with eyeshadow, because the thing is, once you put too much down, you can't really go back. The end of my brow is looking a little sad right now, so I'm going to give it a little bit more love. Connect that. And again, brush it through. And that's pretty much it for my brows. So now I'm going to go back and do the other one. The same thing. Trace underneath. Brush it through. For some reason, guys, this is my good brow. The one that I'm doing right now. This brow gives me so much trouble. But this is like the brow that is always on point. I guess everybody has that, right? Alright, so same thing, just trace the bottom, trace the top. Remember to keep the end of your brow the darkest, because that's what's going to look most flattering. Unless you like the dark brow all the way through and you think it looks good, do you, girl? This is just the way I do it. That's the beauty in makeup. There's no right way or wrong way. If it looks good on you, then girl, do you. They're looking okay. Alright. So, I'm just working on darkening that up. So, that's my brow routine pretty much done. Now the last thing to finish my brows that I do is I like to go in with my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel and brush my brows up. And I like making sure I brush my brow hairs up, because anything that I missed with the pencil, I feel like this is a nice way of like camouflaging that. Ah! I almost lost my brush. Alright. So my brows are done. Alright guys, so now that my brows are done, I'm going to go in, use the same things to bring a little bit of color on my lower lash line. That's what that's called, right? So that's called, okay. So I'm just going to dip my brush into the same bronzer, and I'm going to dust that right underneath, right in my lash line. Again, keeping the eyes very light, because this is a day look after all. So, and that's really all I'm going to do for the eyes. Then, you ready for my favorite part? You ready? Alright. Going to highlight. So what I'm going to use today is what I use all the time. I have other highlighters here, but I'm just going to use my tried and true, and this is what I always use. This is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal. Opal is my baby. Like, it's my jam. It's what I always use. Again, hitting pan, because I use the same products every day. Remember, Monday through Friday. On occasion, I'll change it up, but for the most part, same standard products. So I'm going to be using a Morphe M510 brush to highlight. So I pick up a little bit of product, tap off the excess, and then I'm going to go in and put this right on my cheekbone. Look at that. So pretty. So I put a little bit there, and then I go up and put some on my temple. I'm blend that out, and then I go in to the other side, and then some on my temple. Woo, girl. I don't know why. Highlighting makes me so happy. Does it make you happy? It makes me so happy. On occasion, I'll do this. I'll put a little tiny bit right above my brow. Nothing too crazy. I don't want to look shiny, especially not in the center of my forehead, because I feel like I would already get oily there. And then I'm going to put some on my Cupid's bow. I love how this looks. I feel like it looks so pretty. A little bit on my chin. And then what I'll do is I'll take another brush, a smaller brush, for highlighting my nose. This is the Morphe M510. Just a flat like packing brush. I use this to pack on shadow. And I'm going to pick up a little bit, tap off the excess, and go right down in the center of my nose and put that the little tiniest dot on my nose, and then just kind of dust that out so that it doesn't look like you just went right on your nose, you know. And then what I do is with the same highlight, because we're looking for a very glowy look. Remember, this is my Monday through Friday look, so I need something that's gonna make me look like I tried a little. I'm gonna place this on there. I'm also gonna use my Becca's Opal to highlight the inner part of my, like my inner tear duct. My inner, what is that? My inner corner? And I pack that on again because my eyeshadow is so light. I feel like this is such a nice way to kind of bring some light into your eyes. And that's it. And that's pretty much it as far as my face. So now that I'm done with that, I'm going with my setting spray. And I do this because if you put this on after you put on your mascara is gonna get all over your eyeballs. So I put this before and I let it set. So this is my Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. I absolutely love this. If I could drink this, I would. It's amazing. It doesn't do anything as far as extending my makeup, but it definitely sets my makeup so beautifully, and it still allows my face to look radiant, which is why I went with that foundation, because I do like my face to look glowy. I'm just gonna spritz this on my face and then let it set. So now that that's set our face, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna curl my lashes just with any old eyelash curler. This is one I've been using for forever. I believe it's from Revlon. And when I curl my lashes, I do it very, very, very gently, and I kind of just pounce. I know this looks crazy. This looks extremely crazy, but I just pounce a little bit as I'm curling my lashes and curl them ever so slightly. And that's it. And then I'm going to grab my mascara. So right now I'm trying out this Wet n Wild's mascara. It was like $2. I like for my eyelashes to look as natural as possible. I don't like anything too clumpy. I don't like anything too crazy. So I just do a light layer of mascara, nothing too crazy. And around mascara, I guess it's the same thing as with eyeliner. It can sense your fear. So proceed with caution. So with that same mascara, I'm gonna ever so lightly hit my bottom lashes, and that's it. And with my lower lashes, I don't really care if a little bit of the mascara gets on my actual skin, because since I'm not doing a whole lot as far as eyeliner, I find that it gives the look of having eyeliner on without actually doing the work. So now we're on to the lips. So I'm gonna go in with this lip liner from NYX. This is in the shade Ever, I believe. No, Peekaboo Neutral, sorry. And just line my lips and fill them in. This looks a lot more pink on camera. So for my Cupid's bow, what I like to do is I like to do an X. Like from the very tip of my Cupid's bow, and I bring it down. The other tip, I bring it down. And when I press my lips together, because I've already lined the bottom, it kind of lines my top already. That's my little tip of the day. But then I just go back in and fill in the areas of my lip that don't have any lip liner. That's done. Now that our lips are lined and prepped, I'm gonna go in with my lipstick, and this is Chi from ColourPop. So yeah, I'm just gonna go in and put this on my lips. I love this shade. I feel like this is like my favorite nude. So that is it. Alright, so we're done. It's a very easy look because you can do this with any shade. So you don't necessarily have to do it with warm shades on your eyes. I've done it with like nice mauves, and you can play around with the colors. And then the nice thing about this is it's really versatile. So you can change it up. Like you don't have to do a nude lip. I've done like a bright red lip with this. I've done all sorts of colors. So you can get a little crazy. But yeah, so this is the look. It's again very fresh. Very dewy, very glowy, and very basic, but very simple. And it usually, you know, it doesn't take me long to do. Probably takes me like 20-30 minutes tops. But I love it because I can play around with it. I can, you know, play around with the shadows. I can play around with the lips. And then that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. The video is a little bit it kind of jumps around. I don't have like a sequence to go by, and I wasn't able to show you guys my foundation routine. So in my next video, that's probably what I'll do. I'll go more in depth, and then I'll show you guys what I actually do for my face. But usually, because of the fact that it's like my day-to-day, and all I really do is put foundation, concealer, and bronze my skin, I don't really get in depth as far as like contouring and stuff. So I'll probably do videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know what you guys want to see, and then subscribe. You know, any support that you guys can give me would be great. And yeah, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys, take care.